This is what we've been learning, okay? This is who we've been learning from. You wonder why.
The beauty of prime secret.
Knock, knock. Come in. Here it is. Officer Raymond, you're under arrest. What's that? You routed every light in the city. Yeah. You're under arrest for excessive intelligence. Step away from the mic. Wait, what? They just win everyone in the comments. Can't keep up. Home Sweet Studio. Mic check. And we're live. I told you nothing can keep me off this mic.
All right, so Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell. That's what I wanted to talk about, Robert Maxwell. Like, people think like this is over with or whatever, or like it's how long it's been going on. It's not. It's conspiracy theories. Listen, this stuff kind of came to light. It's not a conspiracy theory. Like, people say, oh, the shadow government, who's really in control. Like, this is kind of a little, we still don't know, really. You'll never know. You're kind of seeing it a little bit here. This is it, All right, so there's, this is the AI video. There's Ghislaine Maxwell with Jeffrey Epstein. We already know that, right? Just behind the scenes girl from him, right? Here's Ghislaine Maxwell with Jeffrey Epstein on the right. It's going to be your right. Yeah. And here she is with her dad, Robert Maxwell, right? That's her dad. And like her, we already know what she did with Epstein. We already know. I mean, she's in jail, right? They blackmail politicians, presidents, powerful people to do what they want. Just everything. Get in the mind, like I said in other videos, get in the minds of our children, of our citizens. Push beliefs on us for whatever reason. We'll get into in a minute some of the reasons probably, but we're gonna go down this little rabbit hole here about her dad, right? So like, he's gone. He died. They said he fell off his yacht, right? That's how he died, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. They found his body, but he was a powerful guy. And how do we know that? Because, right here, I mean, look at this. He was buried on Jerusalem's Mount of Olives in what has been described as a state funeral. Okay, attended by much of Israel's political establishment, including the president, prime minister, and 6 serving former heads of intelligence. So the guy was a big-time guy, okay? They brought him Mount of Olives. I mean, that's like, that's where Jesus ascended into heaven. That's where Judas betrayed him. That's where Jesus was arrested. I mean, this is like talk about the synagogue of Satan, right? This is where he was buried and had a mass funeral attended by these major people. So he was a big-time guy. Here it says Maxwell has links with Eastern European communist regimes. It was in several biographies. Here it says there's this software called Promise. It enabled mass spying by the government of Israel. All right, it was a software called Promise. And down here it says Robert Maxwell has been suspected of having ties to multiple intelligence agencies, including the British MI6, the Soviet KGB, and the Israeli Mossad. The British Foreign Office suspected Maxwell of being a secret agent, possibly a double agent or triple agent, a thoroughly bad character, and almost certainly financed by Russia. Bad character, all right? So we still haven't hit the important part yet. His company, the Pergamon Press, all right? It was a prominent publisher of academic, scientific, technical, and medical textbooks and journals. He had this Pergamon Press. That was the name of it. All right, here's the history. The Pergamon Press was founded, all right, in 1948, all right, by this guy Rossbaud, okay? But in 1951, Maxwell acquired the company, All right, and here I underline these things so you could see this. Paul Rothschild was the man with the knowledge. Okay, but then they changed the house name to Pergamon Press, using the logo that was a reproduction of a Greek coin pergamon. Get to that in a minute. All right, and in May 1956, Rosbaud was sacked. So 5 years later, got rid of the guy, okay? So he bought this Pergamon Press, which teaches scientific, medical stuff. Gone. The next guy's gone. After the founders' deaths, it was a huge rise after that. After the main guy eventually died in 1960, 4 years later, the Pergamon Press in science, technology, and medicine, it was a huge rise after he died. So this guy Maxwell pushed this stuff, pushed science, technology, medicine from this Pergamon Press. Okay, here's where it gets a little crazy here. So then in 1969, Maxwell lost control of the Pergamon Press. All right, he was ejected by the board. And they said he is not, in our opinion, a person who can be relied on to exercise proper stewardship of a publicly quoted company. So he was a bad guy. We already saw back before that the English government said that he was not a good guy. This saying he's not a good guy. But then he reacquired the Pergamon Press in 1974 after borrowing funds. All right, I think he had to borrow funds. You just saw who he worked for. You just saw who he's involved with. I don't think he had to borrow anything. All right. Then here it says, in the green, Pergamon continued with international encyclopedias and biotechnology, chemistry, education, engineering, science, pharmacology, and toxicology. So this guy was involved in basically teaching everybody what he wanted them to know, okay? Or whoever he worked for wanted them to know. And this is where it gets pretty crappy. Right, you just saw they named it after a Greek thing, right? To change the name to Pergamon Press after a Greek coin, right? So here it is. Yeah, Pergamon. It's today, most notably, the masterpiece of the Pergamon altar. Pergamon was the northernmost of the 7 churches of Asia cited in the New Testament book of Revelation. I'm going to get to that where it's in the New Testament book of Revelation. Right here, to the church of Pergamon in Revelation where it says it was. To the angel of the church of Pergamon, I know where you live, where Satan has his throne. Yeah, so that's it. And then you got this little thing here. Robert Maxwell named publishing company after throne of Satan. So, and now the worst part about it is, see this textbook company. You probably remembered it. You probably noticed this. McGraw-Hill Textbooks, right? Major education company that provides a wide range of textbooks and digital learning solutions for students and educators from pre-K to 12. Okay, these are the textbooks here that are in our school systems. Okay? Right here in 1989, McGraw-Hill formed a joint partnership with Robert Maxwell, forming the second largest textbook publisher in the United States. Why does this guy that's in intelligence and triple agent, bad guy, gets buried in the Mount of Olives, had a publishing company named after a Greek thing, which we just found out in Pergamon, which is in Greek, which it also tells you can find it. It's referenced in the New Testament in Revelation. We look at New Testament Revelation, tells you it's the throne of Satan. Okay, that's where Pergamon Press is named after. Then we find out later on, he joins partnerships with this guy from McGraw-Hill and forms a textbook company to teach U.S. citizens. Okay, this is what we've been learning. Okay, this is who we've been learning from. You wonder why? Here's a picture. This is the AI video, just trying to make fun. See, there she is. There's Ghislaine Maxwell with her dad, holding up the things, holding up the algebra and science. So these are literally, this is everything. the entertainment. I was just talking about that in the other video. Everything is by these people. They're in the synagogue of Satan, teaching you, like, listen, you want to worry about something, maybe homeschool and get, this, you think the guy's gone? He's still, okay. What you talk, there's always another guy. There's something, it's not one guy, Jeffrey Epstein, he was a bad guy, he was doing this. No, there's this big thing, okay? This big cabal that's doing this, okay? Robert Maxwell was the guy before. He's gone. His daughter and Jeffrey Epstein, they continued it. And I'm sure there's people behind them telling them what, everybody what to do, where to go, where to push it to the country of your enemies. So you could be controlled from whatever country. Maybe it's Israel, maybe it's something else, maybe it's a bigger thing, maybe it's a satanic kind of world that they live in that's behind everything. I don't know, but whatever it is, you've been being told what to believe, what to learn, your history. Okay, you got to take a step back for a minute and say, wait a second here. Everything I just learned, everything. And it's on autopilot too, because if you think about it, the people who learned it believe it. So they're teaching your kids now with full trust that that's fact. Everything is fact. Okay? And pushing whatever they want on you. How many genders there are now, right? That's it. Well, that's in the thing. Where do you think this came from? Okay? But that's a fact, right? That's true. That's in the books. Right? That's what this all is. That's where we're at, where we are right now. And it's been going on. It's been going on for a while. And that's why you're told it's okay to listen to songs at the Super Bowl that tell your daughters to go twerk yeah, go out and have a good time tonight. You're going to meet this guy. You're going to meet, your teenage daughter. You're going to meet a young man who's going to pick you up. Okay. And when he comes to the door, give him a nice twerk, okay? That's how we're supposed to be now. That's our culture. I mean, we're really led down the wrong path here, man. You know what I mean? This ain't right. Teaching our kids to treat women like crap, or young men, talk bad to women, tell them to twerk, teaching the girls, yeah, when the guy talks to you like that, that's okay. That's normal. That's what guys talking. The girls love it. Girls, this is just bad. History's bad. People just want to grasp onto it and hate people for it. And it's all coming to light now. And you want to be someone who says, oh, yeah, you're a conspiracy theorist? Well, then go ahead. How's all this stuff working out for you? Believe in everything you're being told.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment on anything you like or didn't like.